Hi everyone, my name is Chris. You may know me as Nitropan on social media platforms. We're doing this Muay Thai startup, and I don't know if you've seen my previous classes. I've done a warm-up class, a stance and punches, and this one's going to be exclusively on kicks. So let's get started. Now, like again in my previous videos, I've showed you stance and movement, so please feel comfortable with that before we start moving forward into kicks, because I don't want you to lose balance and fall and stuff like that. But if you are, just make sure you have adequate space for this, and I'll show you some alternatives if you don't have a lot of space that you could still utilize your kicking ability. So let's get started. So I'm in orthodox stance right now, and I'll demonstrate this in southpaw. So I've got my left foot forward, my right foot on an angle, the distance, so I'm in my perfect stance here. So when I want to throw a kick, the first thing I want to do, right? So I want to distribute my weight towards the front here. So whatever your front may be, if you're in southpaw, and you want to turn this foot out on an angle. At this point, you're going to shift forward, and you're going to go up on your heel. But you're going to try to make this fluid. So as you push off this foot, you're going to try to spring up on your heel, off your heel. Sorry. So I'm going to come back a bit. So I'm going to turn my foot out, right, and I'm going to kick, right. And when I kick, I want to pull my hand out and I want to twist my body forward. So just similar to how you throw your cross, how your body twists. Right, you want to turn your hip over, because when you turn your hip over, your kick's going to be able to reach a lot further, right? So, and you're going to go on the ball of your foot to turn into that kick, right? So to turn, because I'm in orthodox, I'm going to be kicking with my right foot, and it's going to go left, right? So if I were to do this again. So that would be a mid kick. It would land with, underneath their armpit to about, their waist, right above their belt, of their shorts, because you can't hit people on their shorts, because that would be, you're hitting below the belt kind of thing, right? So you want to risk hitting people in areas where they can get injured, right? So again, turn my foot, right, go up on my heel and kick. And when I kick, I push my hand forward, right, to put my hand there, right, just in case while I'm kicking someone through a punch, right, I'd be able to kind of swipe at it, right? Sometimes I tell people, think of it as if you were going to stab someone, right behind their neck with this hand, like pretend you had a knife in your hand, right? Boom! You get a scissor motion, boom! There you go. So that would be your kick. So you should practice that kick, right? So if I were going to show you on southpaw, so turn your foot out, right? And then kick. So distribute, so turn your foot out, step, kind of distribute your weight to your front, right? Kick. 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 Okay, so that is your basic kick. Now, there are variations to your kick, so you can do a low kick, right? And don't do what I just did where you kind of swing your hand down. Don't kick like this, because if you miss that, your hand's down, you got this whole side exposed. So try to keep your hands up, right? Even if you're low kicking. Low kick. A low kick, what you want to do is you want to hit them right above their kneecap in this meaty area right here, right? So below their shorts, above their kneecap. You want to hit that spot right there. You hit them enough there, they're not going to be walking. So that's where you want to aim that kick. Right, so I'll show you some on the Southpaw. Okay, and we already demonstrated the medium kick, which is about that level. Now, head kick or high kick is kind of like the one you got to be very flexible with. So, you know, try to get into, you know, when you think about height and stuff like that, always consider yourself, because you're, you know, if you're gonna fight an opponent, your height, your weight, etc., then you should be able to see, you know, where are my points that I want to hit, right? So mid kick is below the armpit, above the belt. Low kick is above the knee, right below the shorts, right? And then head kick is basically above the shoulder, right? So head kick. Gotta make sure you stretch for that one. Head kick. And you might actually go up a little bit more on your heel to make up that distance. Head kick. That wasn't as good. Okay. There we go. See if we can do it on my southpaw. Head kick. Okay, so those are your standard kicks, and then we're going to look at some variations now. So there's another type of kick which is called the front kick, or a push kick or teep, right? So how that works is you want to bring your foot up straight and then push out and then bring it back. So if an opponent's coming towards you, you can push them back, right? So you're aiming for, actually you're basically aiming in your target. I've seen people teep to the face. It's not pretty, but it's effective. It's like a punch, right? You can get them in the midsection. To get them in the chest area, it's pretty firm. Midsection, you know, depending on how much you've been eating for Christmas, you may have a little bit more cushion there. But you know, to get teeped in the stomach, you do feel the air evacuate quickly when someone catches you. If you're stepping in and someone catches you with the teep, you know, you'll feel that. So a front teep, right? So you want to bring it up, push, and then bring it back the same way. Don't get into a habit of just dropping your foot, because if you get into that habit, if you get to a point of sparring, all someone has to do is, when you teep them, generally people drop their hands when you teep them, and they can just catch your foot, because if your foot's coming down, all they have to do is put their hand here and that catches, right? But if you're kicking and bringing it back, you're clearing that, so they would try to have to grab, which no one's going to do. Or they might try to do, but you're going to be able to pull it out easier, right? So that was your front teep. You can do it as high as you want. You can even teep this part of the leg or teep lower, right, to push them off. So if someone's coming in, someone's really rushing in, you just teep their leg and it's uncomfortable, right? So that's your front teeps, right? So make sure you bring it back properly. And then you got your rear teep. So you can do the same thing. You can go to your face, go to the face as well. And then we can practice that in southpaw as well. So your front teep. So that's a low teep. For a low teep, don't worry about like bringing it back the precise way. As long as you just don't get lazy and drop your foot, right? Because you gotta bring it back to where you started it, right? So front teep, right? Rear teep, rear teep. And try not to swing this arm down when you teep. It might feel good that you can deliver the power, and you know, as you improve your skills, and you can get to a point where you're like really comfortable with things that, you know, you're turning your skill set's really high, you might be able to get away with this, but it's risky. Because look, if I drop my foot for that, if I drop my hand for that teep, and someone threw a kick or something in a return, I have to bring my hands up, right? So, teeps, keep your hands up, right? Keep your hands up. Always keep your hands up. It's good exercise too, because you start developing that, right? Keeping your hands out, up, try to do that for 2 minutes, 3 minutes. You see how hard that is, right? So front teep, rear teep, low teep, low teep. Now there's a variation. So actually, you know what? Let me show you this way again. So that's your front teep, right? Rear teep, rear teep. I'll do it in southpaw as well. Front teep, rear teep, front teep. Now, there's also a variation to this. If you have any hip issues, make sure you stretch before you try to do this. The variation is you turn it, you kind of turn your body over to make it into what they call a side teep. Right? So it's almost like a push, but instead of staying your stance, you're going to turn it over. Right? So a side teep. See how my body turned over? This is my regular front teep. This is my side teep. Right? And my foot's even pointed this way rather than pointed this way. Right? Instead of coming straight like this, it's coming like that. You can make more distance that way. Right? Sure. What's southpaw? So front teep, side teep. Front teep, side teep. Okay? And continue to practice these movements. It might be foreign to your body because, I'm not sure what type of other training you've done in the past, but some of these movements might be foreign and you're just going to start developing new muscle movements, right? That's why Muay Thai is so great because, you've got 8 different weapons that you can use. We've trained 2 now with punches and kicks, both sides, so 4 weapons. And then we're going to be working on elbows and knees as well in our future session. Okay? Thank you everyone for joining me and have a great day.